Yes, friends. Now we are going for as I told you, the moment of inertia of any figure about any line is changing with respect to if you are given a figure like this, if you are knowing the moment of inertia of this area, about this line is different, about this line is different, about this line is different. As the line changes, the moment of inertia will also change. As moment of inertia of any figure is nothing but the area multiplied by square of distance of that particular area from the line under consideration. Therefore, when the line changes, the y changes, the distance changes, and hence the moment of inertia will also change. For every line, it is not possible to calculate the moment of inertia by the basic principle. Basic principle in the sense dA into x square, integral of dA into x square, or integral of dA into y square, or something like that. Hence, to calculate the moment of inertia of a given figure from one line to the other line, we are having the two important theorems. One is the parallel axis theorem, and one more is the perpendicular axis theorem. Uh, Today we are going to derive the parallel and perpendicular axis theorem, which will be very useful for us in calculating the moment of inertia of any figure about any line, once if you are familiar with these particular derivations. First we shall go for what is the moment of inertia. Just like what I told you is, if you are having a rectangle like this with a width is equal to 40 mm and depth is equal to 60 mm, what is the moment of inertia of this particular figure about this line? We got the formula as, yes. Can anybody tell me what is this? How we are going to calculate it? This is perpendicular, that is why it is 60 cube into 40 divided by 12. If I want it from this particular line, actually I have derived a formula for that one in the very first derivation, but I don't recommend you to remember that one. You can using the parallel axis theorem, you can arrive at anyhow. What I want to say at this stage is, moment of inertia about this line is different than moment of inertia about this line. Now I want to arrive at, if this is known to me, how to calculate this one without going for integration, that is by the parallel axis theorem. Anyhow, this moment of inertia, as I derived in the first class, is 60 cube into 40 divided by 3. I have derived it already, that is b into d cube divided by 3. But anyhow, I don't recommend you to remember that one. I am telling you to remember only the formula b d cube by 12. But you must be very careful in selecting which is b and which is d. What I told you, the dimension which is perpendicular to the line is to be taken as cube, and parallel to the line is to be taken once and divided by the 12 to get the moment of inertia. That is the formula. Now we shall derive two important formulas. One is the moment of inertia about the parallel axis, and moment of inertia about the perpendicular axis. Is it all right? First we shall go for what is the parallel axis theorem and how to arrive at that one. First, very important theorem, parallel axis theorem. Parallel axis theorem. Yes, what it says is moment theorem statement. Moment of inertia of any figure area equal any area about an axis or about a line, say in the bracket I am calling it as AB, is equal to sum of two terms. Which are those two terms? Sum of moment of inertia about a line Which is that line? Parallel to the given line. Given line and passing through the centroidal axis. Passing through centroidal axis. Plus, this is the one term. One more term is plus the product of square of distance. Distance between the two lines and the area. Yes, mathematically I can put something like this. If a figure is given, whatever may be the shape of the figure, if a figure is given to you like this area is given to you, you want, this is the area is equal to A. You want the moment of inertia of this particular figure about any line, say the line AB. If you want the moment of inertia of this particular figure about the line AB, say the line AB. Then what it says is, the statement is, if you want moment of inertia about the line AB, first you search for where is the center of gravity or centroid of this particular figure. Here is the centroid, CG, center of gravity or centroid. Then you draw a line parallel to this particular line. Yes, if a line like this, usually what you are calling this particular line as? Horizontal line means usually we are calling it as the centroidal x-axis. Is it all right? Then what he says is, moment of inertia of the figure about the line AB. Moment of inertia of the figure about the line AB is equal to moment of inertia of the figure about the x-axis line, centroidal x-axis. X-axis in general, rather than x-axis, we can call x-axis centroidal x-axis axis, plus the product of first one term is area multiplied by, say, the distance between the two lines. One line is the line about which you want the moment of inertia, and other line is the centroidal axis. What is the distance between those two lines? If this distance is h, then a into h square. This is what the mathematical statement for the parallel axis theorem. Are you getting what I want to say? Moment of inertia of any figure about any line. Yes, even I can go for the same figure and put in different ways. Yes, the same figure, moment of inertia of this figure, I want about what? I want about this particular line CD. Then what parallel axis theorem says? Moment of inertia of this figure about this line is equal to, first you draw a line passing through the CG and parallel to this line. This is your line. So what may be this line? As per your opinion, it is the YY line. So what this theorem says is, the moment of inertia about CD, about a line, is equal to, about any line is equal to moment of inertia of that particular figure about a line passing through the center of gravity. Which is the line passing through the center of gravity here? ICG. In this particular case, it is YY line. CG indicates the center of gravity or centroidal axis passing through the centroid, but it is along the Y line, as you want moment of inertia about this particular line. Is it all right? Plus area of the figure, that is nothing but the A multiplied by distance between these two lines, S square. This is what the parallel axis theorem. Is it all right? Now I will prove this one. We shall go for the proof of this one. Is it alright? This total area is A, and I am considering a small elemental strip. Small elemental strip, so that this dimension is negligible and is equal to how much? Y, dy, and is located at a distance is equal to y axis, y distance from the centroidal axis. Now what I am doing is proof. It's all right. Consider small elemental strip. Elemental strip of depth dy, of depth dy, of depth dy, depth dy, which is located at a distance of y unit from the centroidal x-axis. Located at a distance y from x-axis. Imagine that depth is negligible one and area is small elemental area. Area of the strip I will assume it is equal to dA. Area of the strip I will assume it is equal to dA. Is it alright? Now what is the moment of inertia of this particular strip about the line AB? Moment of inertia of the strip about AB I want it. About the AB I want it. Moment of inertia of the strip about the line AB is equal to what you are going to get? Moment of the strip about AB is equal to area of this strip multiplied by distance of this particular strip from the line AB square. Yes, area of the strip. Area of the strip multiplied by distance square. Multiplied by, yes, what is the distance between the strip and the line? Distance between the strip and the line is h plus y whole square, right? As we want moment of inertia about the line AB, so I want this particular distance. This distance is nothing but h plus the y. Is it all right? They substitute the values. This small strip I am taking it as the dA multiplied by h plus y whole square. dA into h plus y whole square, right? Therefore, this small strip happened. If you want moment of inertia of the whole figure, therefore moment of inertia of whole figure about xx, what you need to do, just integrate it. Integrate this particular term. Integration of yes dA into h plus y whole square. dA into h plus y whole square. Yes, what is this? Is equal to integral of dA, expand the bracket, dA into h square plus dA into y square plus 2hy into dA, 2 dA into h into y. Yes, you go for the different terms. Just see here. What is this dA into h square? See, what is the dA into h square? What is dA into h square? dA, h is constant, it will come out. H is constant, it will come out. And what is the integral of dA? Is nothing but the area of the whole figure. Therefore, it is A into h square plus, go for this particular term, integral of dA into y square. dA into y square, can you recall this particular, what is this particular term? dA is the area multiplied by y square is the distance of that area from the x line, and what you are calling it as the moment of inertia of that particular figure about the x line, Ixx. And what is the last term? What is the last term? Just see, the last term is nothing but dA into y. 2h is constant. Last term is dA into y plus 2h integral of dA into y. What is this term? Can you recall it? dA into y. We have used it in the previous class. dA into y divided by dA. Integral of dA into y divided by dA is what? The location of the center of that figure from that particular line. And center of that figure is on that line only. That is why this dA into y will become equal to 0. Therefore, your final answer will be Ixx plus A into h square. Ixx plus A into h square. This itself is your IAB. This is the parallel axis theorem. Once again, I will repeat it. Consider a small elemental area. First, I want moment of inertia about the line AB. Draw the line AB. Then you draw a line parallel to the AB passing through the center. And let the distance between those two lines is equal to h. Now you consider a small elemental strip of area is equal to dA, which is located at distance is equal to y unit from the x line. Now the moment of inertia of this small elemental strip, is given by IAB. About the AB is given by the area of the strip, that is nothing but the dA multiplied by distance between the area and the line under consideration. Area and line under consideration means you want about this line and area is here. The distance between them is h plus y whole square. Therefore, dA into h plus y whole square is the moment of inertia of the strip about the line AB. Expand the bracket. You will get the various terms like dA into h square, integral of dA into h square, dA into h square. Of that, h square is constant, you take it out. Integral of dA is nothing but the area, total area of that figure. Therefore, first term is A into h square. Plus go for the second term, integral of dA into y square, integral of dA into y square. That is nothing but Ixx, moment of inertia about the centroidal axis, plus 2h. What is this? dA into y, integral of, that is indirectly nothing but total of dA into y about the x line must be equal to 0. What is the reason? That line, center of gravity is lying on that line. Therefore, y bar is equal to 0. As you are writing, dA into y, integral of dA into y divided by integral of dA is equal to y bar, but y bar itself is 0, therefore dA into y bar, y is equal to 0. Hence, you are going to get the parallel axis theorem as IAB is equal to Ixx plus A into h square. That is moment of inertia of any figure about any line is equal to moment of inertia of any figure about any line is equal to Ixx plus A into h square. On the similar basis, we are having one more important theorem, that is the perpendicular axis theorem. So the next theorem is the perpendicular axis theorem. Perpendicular axis theorem. What is this perpendicular axis theorem? The perpendicular axis theorem can be stated as the moment of inertia of any figure about an axis perpendicular to the plane is equal, passing through the centroid, is equal to sum of the moment of inertia of the figure, sum of the moment of inertia of in-plane axis passing through the centroid. Perpendicular axis theorem statement: moment of inertia of any plane figure figure about the centroidal axis centroidal axis means axis passing through the centroid, central axis perpendicular to the plane, is equal to sum of the in-plane moment of inertias passing through the centroid. Yes, what it says is, yes, I can write something like this: Izz is equal to Ixx plus Iyy. Moment of inertia of any figure about the zz axis is equal to, yes, about the Ixx and Iyy axis, provided here Cg is common. Yes, the proof of it, what it says is, if you are having any figure, here is the centroid Cg of the figure. You are having the two in plane axis. Say this paper, we are having the two planes passing axis in plane, lying in the plane. One is the y axis and one more is the x axis. and one plane is perpendicular to the plane that you cannot see here. Perpendicular to the plane, that is the z-axis. So what it says is, this is the y line, this is the x line, and these both lines are passing through the centroid, and this is what the line perpendicular to the plane, that is the z line. It's all right. So what this theorem says is, moment of inertia of this figure about the z-axis, that is the out of plane, perpendicular to the plane. These two plane lines axis are called as the in-plane axis, and this axis is called as the axis perpendicular to the plane, and all these three axes must pass through the center of gravity for parallel perpendicular axis theorem. So what it says is, Izz passing through the centroid is equal to Ixx plus Iyy. So I'll prove this one. Prove. Yes, consider a small elemental area A, dA, of the total area. Area of this figure is A. Area of this figure is A. Area is A. Of that you are considering the small elemental area dA, which is located with three-dimensional coordinates. Its coordinates are x, y, z. Is it all right? Means this is x, this is y, and the distance from the z-axis, means from the origin to that point, is the z. Is it all right? Now consider a small elemental area. Consider a small elemental area dA with distances x and y from y-axis and x-axis. Therefore, what is the moment of inertia of this figure? Moment of inertia of dA about moment of inertia of dA about the x-axis. X-axis is equal to how much? dA multiplied by y square. Moment of inertia of dA about the x-axis is equal to dA multiplied by y square. This I am calling it as the about x-axis, means Ixx. Similarly, moment of inertia of the dA about the y-axis is equal to dA multiplied by x square. This I am calling it as the Iyy. Now, moment of inertia about z-axis. Moment of inertia of dA about z-axis is equal to Izz is equal to how much? That area multiplied by distance from z-axis. Distance from z-axis is nothing but z. that is nothing but the r. I can call it as dA into r square. dA into r square. Now from the figure, what is this r square? From the figure, dA into r square is equal to square root of x square plus y square. Is that all right? Because r square is equal to, because r square is equal to x square plus y square, or r is equal to square root of x square plus y square. Therefore this into square. So yes, what we will get? IZZ is equal to dA into x square plus y square, that is equal to dA into x square plus dA into y square. Yes friends, finally what is dA into x square? dA into x square is nothing but the IYY plus dA into y square is nothing but the IXX. Hence it is the prop IZZ is equal to IXX plus IYY. Yes friends, based on this, in the next class we shall go for the moment of inertia of the composite sections. Moment of inertia of the